EA Sports, always proud to bring you the National Football League as we join you from Northwest Stadium, just outside Washington, D.C. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Washington Commanders. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. At their own
25-yard line. On the set.
Throwing right away is Daniels. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. Well, this defense for the Raiders, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Here we go.
They'll run here with a rookie. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And the Commanders first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Panther 60.
They'll run once more with JCM. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. You look at this Raiders defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
They absolutely have to avoid the penalties, have to walk that line between being aggressive and the ones that get you in trouble. The illegal contact, pass interference calls, they've got to make sure that they don't have those.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw is Daniels. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinals.
Daniels with a give to Krosky-Merritt. Oh, great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 12 more yards there and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Throwing now is Daniels. That is into the hands of Krosky-Merritt. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
19, 60 back, Panther 11.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
70 Lions, 60 Bobcats, 60
Daniels going to throw for it. He'll try to do it himself. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jaden Daniels, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Moody good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. That's caught. It's Dante Thornton. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas. 44 yards. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now it's Fields. Now he's going to step up and run. Completes this one to Thornton. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. That's a great example right there to remind everyone of what a weapon he can be as a mobile quarterback, Charles. Nice play to escape the pocket and get his offense into the red zone with a first down.
And defensive coaches losing their mind on that play because they knew about his mobility coming in, and they preached all week long. If he gets outside the pocket, 5 receivers in your area and cover them. Otherwise, plays like that will continue to result.
Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Fields. Pass complete right side to Bowers. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. The opening drive, it continues, Charles, to be all pass, and it's working. Now they're on the doorstep of a touchdown here, 1st and goal.
Brandon, because it's working.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Ashton Jeanty with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Ready.
On first down, it's Krusky Merritt. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. You look at this Raiders defense. They currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
And being able to set the tone early in this game because when you get down to it, It's that sign that we saw in their football facility when we visited with them. The one that said no explosives, no big plays, no chunk plays. That's what they got to take care of. We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. Here's Daniels. He's got his receiver, Lane. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37.
That's good for a Commanders first down. First and 10 at the 37.
Daniels looking to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Hawk 70.
Out of the gun, they go with Krosky-Merritt. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
To the air goes Daniels. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Chigakakwo, his first touchdown of the new season. And Washington has taken the lead. Moody good with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after getting up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Fields. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bowers. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
It's a gain of 20. And the Raiders first down.
A give out of the gun to Genty. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Throw left side complete. That's Benson. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. and it's second down.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, Fields. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Touchdown, Raiders! From 8 yards out. And the Raiders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle, Krosky Merritt. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Now Daniels. Got his man, Okonkwo. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 31.
Let's go.
A run inside, Krosky Merritt. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 23. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
319, that's it.
To throw is Fields. Open man here is Benson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Here's 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Here's Fields. He'll find Genty out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
Eventually, no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at their 48-yard line.
Fields now to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's first and 10, down at the 31. He finds his man, complete. It's Benson. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That'll give him 8 that time. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here's a toss to Genty, headed right. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now Fields. They'll get this out to Genty. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Second down and 4.
Easy.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now Fields going to run. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Justin Fields, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
That's to the left side where he's got Bowers. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Brock Bowers from 13 yards out. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Commanders 14.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go, Scott. Viking 18. Go.
Throwing now is Daniels. Now he's going to step up and run. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for it. Krosky Merritt. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts
as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ready.
To throw is Daniels. They'll swing this out to Krosky Merritt. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Quiddy Pay. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
From the gun on 3rd down, Daniels will try and do this himself. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
19. Ready.
The final shot before break. Daniels slings this deep from the corner. And he will be brought down. His time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Once again, it's Genty.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Down the right sideline. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Justin Fields, 58 yards. And the Raiders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Commanders 14. Matt Gay set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.